let me just go over the first one again. So real quick, just to go over the first one again. Again, I'm not just falling. If I'm going to my left foot's going to go underneath my right. My head is going to be on the left side of my body, his right. The grips themselves, again, Khaled asked a good question. Why Gabe was doing double overhooks. That's fine. I'm just doing two things with my grips. I'm keeping him close to my body and denying his ability to post with his hand. Okay? Sometimes that'll mean double underhooks and you kind of go out wide here. Sometimes it'll go double overhooks. Just for the demonstration, I went one underhook here. That keeps me close to him. And I went one overhook here. That denies his right arm the ability to post. Okay? From here, again, I'm not just falling. If Gabe is sitting back, I'm going to pull him slightly on top of me. I ditch my left leg underneath my right leg, and then as I fall, I activate both legs. And look, my ass is in the air. That way I can go directly to mount here. Okay? So don't just try and get your knee over quick. Leave your leg in the air, and that'll give you the option to either go to mount or swing through to side control. Okay? Let's go over a different variation of this. So ditching the leg underneath your foot is great and all, but sometimes you're in too tight and you don't want to risk losing this hook. Right? Same thing. Don't get too caught up where the grips are. As long as I keep him close to me, and as long as I deny his ability to post, you're in good shape. For this one, I am going to load him completely onto me, and I'm going to go, I don't want to say flat on my back, but I am going to go on my back. See how my back is rounded? I'm going to keep that rounded shape the whole time. Okay? But instead of falling to the side, I'm going to really commit to loading him on top of me, and then now both legs activate. Here, right? Sorry, one more time. From here, I load him on top of me, and now both legs activate. And I stay sticky with my hooks here. And then once I get on top, I can worry about going to mount. Okay? So again, one more time. Instead of throwing, for lack of a better word, throwing my opponent, we're going to move together as a unit. Again, same thing. Maybe I go double overhooks this time. This is my favorite way to do it from double overhooks. Here. Okay? I load him on top of me. Look, I'm already leaning to my left, but instead of kicking away, I just rotate. And then we come up together. And then I ditch my legs into full mount. Okay? Any questions? So this one, you're not kicking your opponent away. You're loading on top. Again, it's not load and then go. It's kind of, as I'm loading, I'm going to fall to the side, and I'm just going to go to my knees from here. Okay? And play around with the grips, guys. Sometimes go double under, double over. See what works best for you. Any questions? All right, on three. 1, 2, 3. Good.
All right, guys, welcome back. We got Christian on top and Jay on the bottom here. Working that butterfly sweep series. Not too much resistance for this one. Christian steps up. Very good. Knocks out the post. Gets the sweep. No, it's taking him so long to reset. So again, if your opponent steps up, I don't think we went over it in the video, but one option is to kick out their post or to scissor the post, actually. Yeah. Looks like Jay's messing around with stuff. Yeah, above the knee post. Okay, go back real quick. He's getting a little bit lazy with the what I would call the elevator leg here. So if you notice this leg, he's concentrating real hard on it, pushing it out. But again, pushing it out is not enough. You have to make your opponent load their center of gravity over it. The way we do that is to use this leg to elevate your opponent over. So as Jay goes through it, as he kicks his leg out, look, there's no elevator here. His shoelaces should be right on the inside of Christian's thigh. Yeah, Christian obviously not resisting a lot right now. We just kind of went along with it, which is what the point of the drilling is. And obviously, I'm correcting their technique as they go along. Let's see him run it one more time. He gets the grips. Okay. I think he's confusing which foot needs to be his elevator. Okay, now it's a little bit better. He kicks that leg out. Let's see if he activates it. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if he activates that left foot. There we go. That's what I want. Good. Got Nate on top and Ernest on the bottom here. Ernest gets the grips. He's the one running the drill. Almost turned too much, but that was pretty good. Let me go back and look at it real quick. Gets a very good load. Kicks up and over. Yeah, I would do one of two things. I would either do that like the baby barrel roll by leaving both feet on the ground, or commit to it and leave that foot on the ground and activate both legs. Either way, he gets the sweep, gets on top. You run it back. Looks like he's settling for a modified double over grip. Gets a baby roll, perfect. So you'll notice that time he went to the side. Oh no, he went to the side that head was on. Okay, Sometimes, most of the time, we'll go towards the side that the head is on. But honestly, sometimes your opponent's like really pulling towards the opposite side because they know that you're gonna want to go to the side where your head is at. Sometimes the opposite way is viable as well. Gets double over, loads. Yep, exactly like here. So Ernest's head was on the right side of Nate's body. Nate knew that, starts to pull his weight this way a little bit. Ernest felt that and he went with it. So again, quote unquote, he broke a rule, but not really. I don't like what his left leg is doing. He loads. He doesn't quite stay with it here, and he doesn't quite post on the ground here. That makes me a little bit nervous. Nate might be able to step that leg out or that knee out and retain his base. Looks like he tried to scissor it at the end. And not the worst case scenario. He's getting a very nice elevator, which is good. So that'll prevent Nate from doing a lot of things, but I don't want him to rely on that. It's a baby barrel roll. Good. Messing around with the grips. Looks like he's almost got a collar grip on the other side. Very good. Could have used a better load, but not bad. Got Christian on top and Khaled on the bottom here. Khaled loads. Gonna kick that leg out. Okay, I don't like how he's separating his upper body as he's trying to kick the leg out. Kicking the leg out is fine, but I'd like to see him reduce that gap a little bit. Other than that, it's pretty good. Gonna reset and run it back. And again, you want to either scissor the leg right before it hits the ground or kick that post out as soon as it hits the ground. You don't want your opponent to have too many options. That was very good. You see Khaled ditch his right leg underneath the left here. He's going to activate both legs. I'd like to see him activate the right leg a little bit more. You can see that his knee's on the ground here. He should be up on the toes, and that knee should be way up in the air. His butt should be way higher in the air as a result. Not bad. Again, I'd like to see him activate both legs to set himself up for better success in the future when his opponents really start resisting. Ditches the leg again. Now he kicks the post out pretty good. Okay, a couple things there. Again, I'd like to see him reduce the distance between himself and his opponent. Also, watch his right hand. He gets a little bit lazy with that grip. He lets it go here. Christian probably can't recover from here, but why give him the chance? Keep that post tight the whole time. Do not let your opponent post out. Run it back again. Khaled gets the grips. Goes to load. Pretty good. Again, I'd like to see him activate that leg a little bit more. Toes on the ground, knee in the air, butt in the air. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. It's still more of a roll, though. I'd like to see him activate the legs. Excuse me. Still just getting over this sickness. I like his grips. Killing the post. Yep. He goes to load. Christian post. Again, look at all that space between him and his opponent. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a good thing either. I feel like he doesn't have much control over this post. Plus, Christian can bring that arm over, start framing on his head. So I'd like to see that gap disappear a little bit. Looks like he's going to knock out the post and get the sweep. Good. Got Jay on top and Saeed on the bottom. Sorry. Jay's doing a kind of a poor job getting rid of that post. Look how wide Saeed's base is right now. If I were Jay, I would either, how do I explain this? Lift his elbow towards us, towards the camera. That way Saeed can no longer have his hand on the ground, or change your grip completely. Okay, changes the grip completely. Loads. He's gonna kick that post out. Hopefully. Oh no, he decides to scissor. He could still go. He could still go with the technique if he scissors his right leg. Yep, exactly. Prevents his opponent from posting, and he really needs to elevator that left foot. Nope. Yeah, he's just trying to muscle Saeed over right now. He's not really using his legs. He's got to elevate that left foot. Again, here he goes for the sweep, doesn't get it. He can scissor, good. That was a little bit better, good. And I'd like to see him hold on to that post a little bit more until he's firmly on top. Again, that's more of a nitpick than anything else. Looks like you're gonna try the other side. Got Christian on top and Nate on the bottom here. Okay, he's got a grip on the bell. He's a little bit too flat on his back, though. It's going to be really hard to get the sweep from here. If I were him, I would kick both legs forward, get back to a seated position. Looks like he's trying to elevate her here, but look, he's got to be a little bit more on his side. Try not to be flat on your back in the butterfly. At least don't start to sweep from there. Yeah, this is not it's not working out for him. He's a little too flat on his back. Got Ernest on top and Nate on the bottom here. He's got to take care of that. There we go. It's got the pose. He went flat on his back again. I don't like how he's going flat on his back. Yeah, it goes for like a modified Kimura sweep. Does not work out. He's got one butterfly hook in now. So you're gonna get the second one in. This might be sparring. I think this is like full sparring. Ernest steps over. He could pass if he wanted to. There's nothing keeping him in the guard here. Yeah. Do not be flat on your back in the butterfly guard, please. Got Denise on top and Britt on the bottom here. I think they're just drilling. Overhooks to kill the post. Falls. Yeah, notice how she didn't fall flat on her back. Let me rewind that real quick. So here, boom. She's, oh, I have no idea what that was. That was kind of scary. So you'll see she fell backwards, but look, she's already orientating towards her left side. She's not flat on her back. Her back is nice and rounded here. She's going to baby barrel roll over to her left and get the sweep. I don't know what that countdown timer was. Like a bomb about to go off on my laptop or something. They reset. Gets over under. Does the same one. Nice. Right into the mount. Double unders this time. So now she's really got to bring that grip up and flare her elbows out to get Denise's post from going 90 degrees to as far, like, I don't know what you would call that, like parallel 180 degrees as possible. Because you don't want your opponent to have a wide wingspan because they're going to be able to post, obviously. You want their wingspan to be as narrow as possible so their post is as ineffective as possible. That's pretty good. Good. Denise is being nice and also overhooking Britt, but I feel like had she really tried to stop the post, Britt had a good enough angle with the underhooks that it wouldn't have made too much of a difference. But who knows? So she does it again. I think I told Denise to like spread her arms out on one of these. Maybe not. Pretty good. Got Dave on top and Christian on the bottom here. Christian in our brand new Dark Side of the Moon Jiu-Jitsu rash guard. On sale $35 a pop, plus shipping. So, Dave feels like he's getting pulled to his right, our left, so he puts that post there. Looks like Christian's trying to angle to the right, which I would say is a good idea because his head's to the right. I'll tell you this right now, though. He's got to get his grips higher. He's got to flare his elbows out because look how comfortable Dave is with his post here. Let's see what happens. Okay, so here's another interesting thing. Dave is so comfortable with his post that Christian can't even pull him backwards. This hand right here is preventing any kind of backwards load that Christian is going for. So he's got to get rid of that post even before he gets rid. Oh, there we go. Decides to offer a double over. I don't think it. Yeah, he's got the double. Now it should be a little bit better. Now we should at least be able to load Dave. Well, maybe not. Good, goes to a baby barrel roll. Nice. I would fix his grips a little bit to get a more effective post. And if your opponent's really sitting back, we went over an arm drag that we didn't show in the video, and we also went over a version where you kick your opponent forward. Yeah, look, the first time, I'm gonna rewind it for a second. First time he tried it, Dave managed to get a comfortable post here. Look how wide his wingspan is. You want to get your opponent's wingspan narrow. Reset. Gets his grips a little bit higher. Flares his elbows out a little bit more. Goes for it again. Dave blocks again. It wasn't enough. That's all it was. It wasn't enough. So he switches his grips to double over. But again, you got to make sure your opponent's not able to post on the ground. There we go. That's a little bit better. Everybody elbows. And now Dave has no post. He is postless. And again, we went over a version where your opponent isn't giving you the load. So you kick forward, you kick their base out forward underneath them, but we just didn't have enough time to show it to the videos. That and the arm drag, we didn't have enough time to go over today. Or this. Got Khaled on top and Gabe on the bottom here. Gets a good load, but Khaled has his hands on the ground. Also, in order to prevent from getting taken over, because his arms are occupied, you'll notice Khaled's legs are nice and wide. Gabe has a couple, nice and wide here. Gabe has a couple options. He's a little bit taller, so it might be harder to kick the post out here. He could swing to an X guard. He could go into a leg entanglement. He could do whatever he wants. But we did go over that. He's white belt. Gets the double overs again. I'd like to see him get a little bit lower on the elbows because I'm going to choose my words very carefully. For the double overhooks, the higher you are on the armpit, the wider your opponent can get their arms. You want it kind of right above the elbow so they can't flay their arms out as much. Loads. There we go. That was good. Went for the baby barrel roll. I feel like in that specific scenario, the one where you activate both legs might have been a little bit more effective. I'm not sure. It's like he really likes that double over grip. I really like it too. Gets you into a nice mount position. Boom. Now he's got to push that post out. I'd like to see him go above the knee, but that wasn't too bad. Again, it's a little bit harder when you're taller than your opponent. Or if your opponent steps up high towards your head, you probably go to like an X guard or something from there. I'm going to run it back one more time. It's double overs. That's a good position for the double overs, I feel like. That was clean. Good. Look at that again. Goes to the baby barrel roll. And now you see him. Khaled's almost gone. But not, I would argue from here is gone. But if he wasn't, Gabe would have made the right call. He went from a baby barrel roll. Let's assume he got stuck at like the point of no return. He's going to post that leg on the, that foot on the ground, activate it, and then he's going to be able to get enough power to take his opponent over. Good. Very, very good. Got Nate on top and Dave on the bottom here running the butterfly drill. Dave looking for those grips. Looks like he's going to settle for one overhook. One underhook, pummels his way inside. Nate let's look at that again. Nate did the right thing by posting his right hand on the ground, but Dave activates both legs, gets a good enough angle to rotate Nate around that post and get the sweep. That was beautiful. So here goes for the sweep, initial off balancing. Nate, you can see, posts on the ground here. Dave continues. Look at where his left leg is. He's tucked it real far underneath the right. The right, you can't see it, but is activating like an elevator right now. So that's the beauty of activating both legs and tucking that foot way under. Here, boom. He's got him way past over the post now. That post is virtually useless. Here, posts, boom, takes him over. Okay, so he didn't even post. Dave didn't even need to activate his left leg on the ground. Just by taking him on that angle, his leg did all the work. The one thing I'm going to tell Dave to be careful about is the more extreme you go on that angle, if Nate keeps his hips square to the ground and just kind of runs sideways, he'll eventually beat that leg and kind of put himself almost into like a side smash position. But good job, Dave. That was great. I think I told him as much. Reset, looking for the grips. I'm going to go overhook on the left, maybe underhook on the right. Can't quite see. I think he's got the underhook. Oh, it looks like it's an overhook. So Dave is trying to take him to his right now, but he's got such a good grip on the left. Like, look, he's almost got his elbow trapped. If he hits a wall going right, I would immediately switch left from here. There we go. Nice. Plus, his head was on that side as well. Dave doing a good job working past the obstacles here. Goes double under this time. Kicks the leg out. That's what I was explaining before. When your opponent really sits back. So as soon as he gets a double, let me rewind a little bit more. As soon as he gets a double underhook, watch what Nate does with his weight. He pulls it back. Boom, he pulls it back. His butt is still over his heels, kind of. He's got that negative arch in his back here, showing me that he's really trying to pull back this way. What does Dave do? Kicks forward. essentially takes Nate's base out from under him. I don't like how he lost this hook here. This hook should still be on the inside, but he does manage to roll Nate to the left. Yeah, and I don't like how he took out that hook early too. I think if Nate was resisting, I think he would have just went right back into the closed guard. So again, keep your hooks, if you extend your opponent out, keep your hooks on the inside, please, and then treat it like a baby barrel roll. Really gets a deep post on this side. This should be no problem. I say that now. Watch something happen. Oh, that's it. I'm assuming you got the sweep. Good job. Got Gabe on top and Nate on the bottom here. Nate looking for hooks. He's got a significantly taller opponent. I don't like how he went flat on his back. All right, now he comes up. Now he's flat on his back again. You go to your side a little bit. Try not to go straight back. And again, I don't know who taught him that grip, but it wasn't me. Don't interlock your fingers. Go gable grip or S grip. I think I tell him as much. And again, because his opponent's so tall, he's going to need to bring that grip up and get his elbows flared out. It's flared out this way. Because right now, Gabe can post with either arm with no problem. Switches his grip. Gets his head to the other side. This should be good. Yes, nice. I'd like to see him get his head a little bit further to the other side, but it wasn't bad. It's double unders again. Stop doing that grip. Do not. I can't really think of many times where you would use like a interlaced finger grip, S grip or gable grip, please. And he's got to stop going straight to his back. I'm gonna make him do like 10 burpees every time he uses that grip. Yeah, there we go. I could see a little bit more use of the right leg here. He's either got to keep it sticky with the baby barrel roll, or tuck it under and activate it. Kind of let it go a little bit too early. Might have gotten an easier sweep had he kept it. Overhook on the right, underhook on the left. Tucks that leg under. Yeah, I would like to see him activate that leg though. So, yeah, his leg's kind of not really doing anything on that one. Again, if you're going to tuck it under, you might as well use it. Got Christian on top and Britt on the bottom here. Big size difference, both in terms of height and weight. Let's see how she deals with it. Gets an overhook, gets an underhook. Yeah, look, there's such a big height difference that Christian can comfortably put both hands on the ground here. She compensates by getting to her left, elevating that right hook, and she kind of tucks that left leg underneath. I'd like to see it under a little bit more, but also I'd like to see her keep that space eliminated. I would suggest that she pulls him over her, for lack of a better word, a little bit more to the point where their chests would be together. Not bad. Obviously, Christian's not resisting 100%. I feel like he could have stuck his right hand out had he been resisting 100%. Sits back. Yeah, way too much space. Oh, now the space is gone. Yep. So if you get stuck here, I would look to where you're going and really commit to burying that leg underneath the other one so you could get a better angle. Okay, run it back one more time. Yeah, she's got to fix. So because her opponent's so much bigger. Okay, that was actually a good adjustment. She's kicking his post out here. She's captured his elbow, so he's gonna have a tough time posting out on that leg. I'd like to see her shrimp a little bit more on that side. She probably just didn't have enough time, because obviously if you shrimp, your opponent's gonna adjust. Very good elevator with the right leg. Takes it over and mounts. Pretty good. I think they get one more. Oh no, I guess that was it. This is a bonus clip for fun. Just look. Just keep an eye on Chris's face in the background there. Look at it. Look at He's kind of like Jesus, take the wheel. He knows he's going over. Obviously, he's letting Denise work. That's just a little bonus clip. I thought that was really funny. Got Khaled on top and Christian on the bottom here. Christian settles for a double over. Okay, so he's kind of got Khaled loaded on this leg. He's got a choice. He can either commit to it and take his leg over here, or take his right foot under his left and get the or start posting and activate both legs, or if he has enough room, he could kick that post out, but we could see that Khaled is clearly loaded on that knee. Look at that horrible artwork right there, but hopefully you guys saw what I'm saying. You can either kick that knee out or commit to sending it further under and activate both legs. Yeah, it gets stuck right there. Resets. Still got a good grip. I think he confused. I think I told him to post the leg, and he's confusing which leg to kick the post out on. There we go. Now he's got it. He's got to follow more to the side. There we go. And I'd like to see, again, anytime you attack your opponent's post, get it right above the knee. The further you go up the lever, the harder it is. You want to attack the end of the lever, in this case being right above the knee. You don't want to go below the knee, assuming Khaled's leg was up in the air. You don't want to go below the knee because obviously he could bend his leg and all of a sudden you lose that post. So again, right above the knee is where we're aiming for. The end of the logical lever, obviously. The end of the lever would be your opponent's toe, but you know, there's a bunch of stuff that moves in between that. So end of the logical lever. That was very good. I like that. Let's look at that again. Gets a good pull, commits to it, sticks with it, gets the baby barrel roll. That was very good. Khaled couldn't do much about it. Gets under. Same problem. Khaled stuck his balance by posting with his arms and then his leg. Christian has a choice. He can either post out on that leg, or if he doesn't have room, he could switch to like X guard. Again, we didn't really go to X guard or anything like that. Or he could come back, then reset. Or if Cal is really pushing him to this way, one of my favorite things to do is as I come back. So assuming I'm Christian, I'm sweeping to the right now. As I come back, I'll sweep to the left. My left leg will go outside, scissor his leg, and I'll elevator with the right, and I'll take him over to the left. But obviously, we didn't go over those combinations this week. We were just sticking to like the basic butterfly guard. Now we got Khaled on bottom, Christian on top. Khaled goes for over under. His head's on the right side. Christian doing a very good job already, sticking that post out wide. Let's see how Khaled deals with it. Gets stuck, comes back, resets. I would advise that he deals with that post. Okay, opts to kick the leg out, but again, he's so high up on the lever here. His foot should be foot should be almost on the floor, or probably on the floor, right above that knee. There we go. Okay, and he got lazy with the elevator hook as well. Look, I have no idea what that was, but I have no idea why he took that hook out. If Christian were resisting, there'd be nothing forcing him to break his balance. Yeah, Khaled almost went for like a lat throw. Christian could easily just kind of shuffle to the left if this were full sparring. Just shuffle to the left. Had Khaled kept that hook, he would have elevated him over. But right now he's got nothing. But Christian's being a nice guy. Obviously they're drilling right now. So I think it's like 30% resistance or something like that. Looks like he's going for the same grips. Let's see if Christian resists the same way. Okay, that was much better. Christian had a hand on the ground. As you can see right here, I have no idea what's going on with that. As you can see right here, but Khaled makes the adjustment, elevates. Okay, now he's turned enough of an angle. I'd like to see him activate this leg as well. I don't think he does. Oh, he kind of does at the end. That was pretty good. Goes right to side control. Settles for the over-under. Hunts for the over-under, I should say. If your opponent's hands are on the mat, you're already kind of losing, at least to that side. If I'm trying to butterfly sweep my opponent and I notice that their hands are on the ground, I will completely reset back to the butterfly and fight for better grips. In my opinion, it's not worth trying to force a butterfly sweep. Especially in live, well, I shouldn't say especially, because assuming we're live drilling, like 100% live, you probably won't be able to load your partner's weight. I probably should have addressed that a little bit more. That was interesting. Again, I don't think it would have worked under resistance, but let's see what happened. So if I were Khaled, I would push that post out and elevator this leg. I don't quite know what he does. He kind of kicks that post out. Oh, and then he kind of elevators. Okay, fair enough. Got Britt on top and Denise on the bottom. Goes for double unders. Yeah, she's got to get her grips way higher up Britt's back and then flare her elbows out so Britt can't get a comfortable post. that wasn't bad. So Britt resisted by getting her posts on the ground here to the initial side, which is our left, Denise's right. And Denise immediately switches back to the left. Looks like she's eliminated Britt's post on the other side. Gets the baby barrel roll. Oh, never mind. Did not work out. Good recovery by Britt. See what happened. So rewind a little bit more. So looks like she's going over. Britt kickstands with her left leg. And Denise is not, she doesn't have her hips in the right position. Where's my clicker? Doesn't have her hips in the right position. It's too far underneath her. It's not enough over her. So watch what Britt does with her hips and especially her left leg. Boom, hits the ground. As Denise goes to get on top, her left arm is stuck under here. Britt is going to bridge back into her, manage to scissor the legs, and get the top position. Got Gabe on top and Nate on the bottom here. I feel like this is 100%. Nate gets to a seated position. He's got a tall task on a much taller opponent trying to get that butterfly sweep. In my opinion, it's a little bit more difficult, but obviously one of the masters of the butterfly sweep, Marcelo Garcia, was pretty much shorter than everyone in his division, so I definitely don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, Gabe gets a nice pass. Well, let's see what happened there. Nate makes a little bit of separation, going for the butterfly sweep. Gabe manages to get dominant grips. It looks like he's controlling Nate's wrists on both hands. Boom, pushes a leg down, elevates his right leg, and runs around Nate's guard. That's pretty good. Sometimes it don't work out. Got Khaled on top and Rob on the bottom here. Rob's a very, very good purple belt. I'm a black belt and he gives me legit trouble. Nogi. And gets the sweep. Let's see what happened there. Whoa. Gets double under. Rocks him back. So notice he took him straight back, but he's not flat on his back. Look how little of his back is actually on the mat. You can see that nice curve in his spine here. Takes Khaled, back and then forward and then takes him to the side. So that was like a 3-step sweep. He takes him back, brings him back forward. He actually puts his elevating foot on the ground so he could shrimp out a little bit more. Now once he's got Khaled over, now he puts that elevator hook back in and does a baby barrel roll and almost kind of activates both legs for the finish. Very good. We got Trace on the bottom and Denise on top. Trace got the overhook on the left. Trace has a torn ligament in her thumb, so I don't think they were going 100%. Dominating the head positioning. I like that very much from Trace. That's one of Marcelo Garcia's favorite ways to set it up. He'll literally stuff an arm and kind of, I hesitate to slap, but he'll kind of like push the head into the direction that he wants to take his opponent. Transitions to double. That was beautiful. So she's giving Denise a lot of relative space here. Denise is trying to pull back. She says, all right, you want to pull back? I'll play that game. Dives for the double unders. Boom, meets her halfway. Loads Denise way over onto her base and takes her over. Beautiful. Boom. Nice. This is a short one. Khaled on top, Rob on the bottom again. Rob gets a double under, kicks back, forward, and same exact thing before, except this time he doesn't need to shrimp out. You can see his elevator hook is inside. His leg is posting on the ground. He probably won't need to activate both legs because Khaled is already going. His post is gone. You could already see his center of gravity pitching over his last remaining post, which is his right leg. Oh, he does activate both legs, and he gets that nice, beautiful. Let's look at that again. Boom, activates both legs. I'd like to see. Oh no, it's good enough because he's such on an extreme angle. His knee can afford to be on the ground because Khaled's. Let's face it, Khaled's already pretty much gone here. Boom, and manages to get to a full mount. Good. Now Denise is on the bottom and Trace is on top. Looks like they're practicing the arm drag. Fighting for that hand positioning. Trace gets an underhook, which Denise manages to pretty good. Okay, we saw what happened there. Denise went straight back. Trace manages to post on the ground and get her weight back here. Good move. So now if I were Denise, I would address that post. Yep, looks like she's kind of got... I would go to the left. There we go. Good. So let's see what happened. Post is in the way. She resets. She comes back. Now she's got the post addressed. Trace can no longer put her hand on the ground because Denise has addressed that post, so she does the next best thing, which is kind of hug her opponent. Looks like Trace is trying to take her weight this way so she doesn't get swept to our left, her right. Denise does the right thing. Look, not flat on her back, rounded here, and she's already ditching to the left and gets that beautiful sweep. Fighting for hand positioning again. Okay. Got the overhook and one arm over the neck. Very good. Same thing we did as she did before. Loaded her weight, ditched to the left. I think they run it back one more time. Got double unders this time. Good. I feel like Trace kind of let that one go because of her thumb. Most people, they'll do is they'll post out. I'd like to see Denise's grip a little bit higher, flare the elbows out. So again, like we've been saying before, can't get that 90-degree post. Yeah, she probably would have posted her arm out if it wasn't. Got Christian on top and Denise on the bottom here. Yep. Look, Christian's a lot bigger than her opponent, both in terms of length and weight. Mostly the length right now. Gets a nice wide base here. Denise has to address that before she goes to any sweep. If they're drilling live, I don't know what kind of percent resistance they're going for here. Yeah, she's gonna have a, like that South Park meme. You're gonna have a bad time. You don't address that. There we go. Now she addressed that post. Good. You don't address that post before you even start sweeping, you're gonna have a bad time. Look, now she didn't hit an arm drag, got completely rid of that post. Short work from there. Yep, got to get rid of that post. Obviously, Christian's letting her work, but the principle remains the same. If as you're loading, your opponent is posting on the ground, gonna have a bad time. At least she's addressing it right now. I think I'm telling Trace something too. I think I'm telling Trace the same thing actually. Yeah, if your opponent posts their hand on the ground before you even load their weight, you're not going to be able to load their weight. It might be one of those things where you pull real hard back and they post their hands on the ground, and you do the one where you kind of kick them forward. You could take them down that way, but you're not going to do the traditional. I shouldn't say traditional. You're not going to go with the variation that we did this week. So please get rid of your opponent's posts before you start pulling, especially if they're taller than you. Got Jay on top and Khaled on the bottom here. Khaled's got a nice high grip. Good. I'd like to see him activate that bottom leg a little bit more. He'll have an easier time. Yeah, if he gets that leg in the ground, knee off the ground, toes on the floor, he could get his hips higher and get a more powerful sweep that way. Kind of sticky coming up. Also, he'll end up in a better position. Jay's got his hands on the mat, so Khaled's got to address it. That was kind of ugly. I would prefer he addressed the posts a little bit sooner. Yeah, he's got to get rid of his posts. That was a little bit better. I don't like my opponent's hands on the mat at all. All right, Jay gave him that one. He could have, if you look at Khaled's grips, Jay could have easily just posted that hand way out here. He was being nice. Got Christian on top and Khaled on the bottom here. Let's see if he addressed Christian's posts. Nope. Nope. Yeah, his opponent has full range. Oh, that's interesting. Has full range of posting his hands on the mat before Khaled even begins to sweep. That's bad news. If he wants to use it, yeah. If you want, there we go. Let's see what happened there. He posts. Khaled finally addressed the posts, and he manages to get the sweep. And then you'll see, as soon as he addressed the post, he gets the sweep. It wasn't even close. It's double overs. Now he should be able to adjust the post. That's better. I preferred he go to the other side just because his opponent didn't have his hand on the mat to our right, Christian's left, but still worked out. It was over under. Now goes over. Yep. Now he's got rid of the post. he look at Khaled. Khaled's like trying to like bridge into his opponent. He's doing a different technique, like almost like a lat drop. Not even. This foot should be underneath Christian's right leg and elevating him over as his left leg sneaks behind and activates on the floor. He forgot the basic principles. Now he got stuffed. This is interesting. He got Denise on the bottom and Youngju on top. About 100-pound difference here. Oh, gets a good arm drag position. But she's having trouble like, getting the grips because Youngju's so wide relative to her. He's also doing a good job fighting the grips. Gets her flat on her back where she doesn't want to be. Would I recommend a butterfly sweep for her from here? Probably not, to be honest with you. Probably go to something like the X guard or half guard. Gets a good pull, but again, Youngju manages to get his post on the ground. Oh, he might be able to pass from here. Gets her flat on the back. Oh, whoa, let's see what happened there. Did not see that coming. So I thought he was going to pass. Denise manages, okay, she manages to swim a butterfly hook in here, so she's in the half butterfly hook. Let's see, so that's kind of obvious what she's going to do with the left leg. She's obviously going to elevate him over here. She's got a nice underhook here. Youngju has essentially committed to a crossbody position, so even if he wants to, because his weight's on this elbow, he won't be able to bring it back and post on the other side of Denise's body when she goes for the sweep. What I'm interested is what she does with this right leg here. So we have the scene set. We know how the story ends. Let's see the middle. Okay, she didn't do anything fancy with it. She just got on her right hip. She scissored the legs, elevated him over. You see Youngju's in no position to post because he's already committed to on the other side of her body. And she gets a sweep. Good job, Denise. Did not see that coming. Got Trace on top and Kirk on the bottom. Again, I think they're just drilling. Trace is, you'll notice she's got tape on her left hand. She tore some ligaments there. Doing a good job keeping Kirk's knees together. She might go for a side smash. Yep. Walks to the side. Kirk doing a good job rotating in place. And trying to square up with her. Trying to get his legs back in between her. Him and her, I should say. He just spun like 3 times, but that's the battle. Okay, manages to get 1 foot inside. Manages to get both feet inside. Let's see if he can sweep or she's going to pass. I think I'm walking Kirk through it. And it looks like Jip Trace gets a side smash and passes. Pretty good. Now we got Kirk on top and Trace on the bottom here. Again, I don't know how hard they're going. She's giving us some tips. Trace, one of our blue belts. All the blue belts at my gym are female. Everyone else is white belts. I think the highest. Oh, nice. The other highest ranking is 1 straight white belt. Let's see what happened there. So she's freezing his right hand with like a kind of modified arm drag grip. Kind of gets an arm drag, not quite. He's posting on her shoulder here. She can't quite get it past him. Whoops. She pulls. Look, his feet are off the ground. His knees are damn near off the ground too. And his weight is way far forward. She owns his weight right now. Takes it right into his sweep. Nice little baby barrel roll. The getup was a little bit sticky, but that wasn't bad at all. Like the modified grips there. Again, the grips don't have to be too fancy. You have to keep your opponent close. And you have to prevent them from posting. I should add a third one. You have to be able to load their weight as well, whatever grip you have. But that kind of goes without saying. If you're keeping your opponent close, you'll probably be able to load their weight. Goes for an overhook. Okay, Kirk did the right thing. Stopped it immediately by putting his hand on the mat. Let's see how she adjusts that grip. Oh, settles for the close guard.